Welcome back. In this video, we're going to tackle floors. And I need to back up and say that these videos aren't intended to be, and I know I've said this before, but these videos aren't intended to be a full compendium of everything you can do with floors. It's just an introduction to some of the things you can do. Sit back and let's tackle floors. You may remember this model from the ceiling video. And we are on level 1, so I'm going to use the architecture tab, floor command, and just using the generic floor at 0 level, I'm going to choose the pick wall tool. So pick, 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 pick. And then I'm going to clean that up using the trim extend to corner. So click the corner I want to keep, and the half of the line I want to keep, and then the half I want to connect it to. And similarly, the half I want to keep and the half I want to connect it to. And now I have that floor done. Okay, and I'm going to verify that by going to the section we drew in the ceiling video. And you can see the floor is there. It's a generic 12-inch floor. I'm actually going to change that to something we can see on the screen. So a steel bar joist VCT on concrete would be the finish. And so when I go back to the floor plan, you'll now see a grid which represents the VCT grid. Okay, so we're going to do this again, but in this time we're going to draw using the floor command. We're going to draw wood finish, and I'm going to use this room as a place to draw it. But this time I'm not going to use the pick tool. I'm going to use the pick lines, and again, I'm going to pick the walls, but using the pick line tool instead of the wall tool. Now, you'll have a preference one way or the other, and the more complicated geometries, it'll make more sense to do one or the other. And again, you can always just draw it yourself. You don't have to use these tools. I find them just easier to manipulate. And so in this one, I'm going to choose the wood joist, but I'm not entirely sold on the structure of the thing. So I'm going to edit the type before I finish it, hit edit, and it says oak flooring 3/4 of an inch, plywood sheathing, and the structure at 9 1/4. I'm going to change that 9 1/4 to 1 foot, and then hit OK. Hit apply, hit OK, and then when you're done editing the properties, hit the green check mark, because I won't see my floor until I hit the green check mark. So I'm going to finish the edit mode. And then now I have a wood floor finish next to a VCT finish. And when I look at the section, oh, I still didn't get that quite right. So I can fix that later. But those are the floors. Now, the architects at home were like, but dude, your floors should go to the edge of the wall. They shouldn't be inside the walls like that. And yes, you're absolutely right. But in truth, what would be there is not the floor, because it depends on whether or not you're doing footings or foundation slab or floating slab. All those things have to be decided. So just for the purposes of understanding how to draw the floor, I'm going to show it to you this way as maybe a topping slab or a finished slab. So that's what we're looking at right now, is these two options. So there's floors. They're actually really simple. And just like in ceilings, if I wanted to edit that boundary and create a new floor, I can do exactly that, right? So I just added a polygon within a polygon, and then hit a closed polygon within a closed polygon, hit the check mark, and now I have a hole. And I can create a new floor within that hole. Well, let me go back. Under the section, notice that the hole is there, right? And I can check that the hole is there by doing a shaded render, and you'll see that there is a circular hole. So that's what's going on there. So go back to the floor plan, and I'm going to add a new floor using the same strategy I did before, but this time I'm going to do a carpet inset, and using the pick tool, hit OK. So there's our carpet inset. Double click the section, you'll see the carpet there, and we're good to go. Now, one more thing to show you about floors. I can change the finish of the floor, or at least the visual appearance of the floor, without even reopening and editing the geometry. And there's a tool in Modify called Split Face. Okay, so I'm going to choose the Split Face tool. I'm going to select that geometry, which is the main wood floor, and I'm going to draw just some sort of arcing element, something like that, and hit OK. And now what you'll see is there's two faces of this floor, and you're like, but Mike, they look like the same face. They do, but here I can change the finish. So using this tab, the paint tab, tool under Modify, I can paint any number of materials. I'm just going to pick, let me choose something that would be obvious. I'm going to choose this mosaic gray tile and then paint only the surface that I want to change and then hit OK. Now, from a Revit perspective, it's exactly the same. It's the same family. It's that wood finish. But from a rendering perspective, I changed that panel to be a different finish. So the paint tool is very, very, at least for photorealistic renderings, very handy. And I would encourage you to get comfortable with its use because it's very useful in that way. Thanks for watching. If you found this video valuable, please like and share it with others. If you're not already a subscriber, I invite you to subscribe to my channel by selecting the profile picture below. This will take you to my channel with videos like these and many others on topics such as Revit, SketchUp, Analog Tools, and videos such as these in the playlist next to you that are specific to this topic. Have a great rest of your day.